For 35 years, the most powerful voice in my head was a 7-year-old girl. It wasn't my daughter's voice. It wasn't mine. It was Laura's. Laura was my next-door neighbor when I was 5 years old. We were princesses, and her pink and yellow playhouse was our castle. When we'd get into fights, though, Laura would scrunch up her face at me and she would snarl, "Get out of here. You don't belong here. You're different." That was the voice. This powerful 7-year-old voice guided my life. Laura's words taught me that when you're different, you don't belong. Now, I was different. I'm still different because I'm biracial. I'm adopted by a white family, and we lived in a white neighborhood. Laura taught me that when you are different, you don't belong. And these are the words that shaped my behavior for years. All through school, at work, with friends, even with strangers, I lived in constant fear of being seen as different. Nobody knew the real me because I was always trying to be like them. I was desperate to be the same as you. With friends, I was never the first to suggest a restaurant or a movie. At work, I was never the first to speak up. I never voiced my opinion first because I was always afraid of what would happen if my opinion was different from yours. I heard Laura's voice in every aspect of my life until one day at a stoplight, I heard a different voice. I'm driving down the road, and I've got the windows all the way down, and I've got the radio turned all the way up, and I'm singing a duet with Mariah Carey. So I pull up at a stoplight, and on this side of me is a car of white women. On this side of me, a car of black women. Where do I belong? I was in complete and utter turmoil at a stoplight, wanting to fit in with strangers who, by the way, had no idea that I even existed. And at that moment, I heard a new voice in my head. It was my voice. And it asked me, what about me? What about me? This one question has transformed my life. This question has emboldened me to tell Laura to shut up. This question allowed me a freedom from being trapped, trying to be the me who I think, you think, I am, and frees me to be me. And by the way, this new freedom, with this freedom comes a ton of energy and my passion, my personality, me. And the ironic thing is, since I've started asking myself this question, I have brought into my life the exact people I wanted to belong with all along. Now, when I pause and hesitate before I voice my opinion, or if I worry whether I belong somewhere, I ask myself, what about me? This question allows me to reclaim my own sense of belonging because it makes me responsible for determining where I belong. And it can do the same for you. Use this question to silence the voice in your head that tells you that you don't belong. And when you hesitate, when you worry about voicing your opinion, if you worry about whether you belong, ask yourself, what about me? Because you can determine where you belong. I belong here, and so do you.